The Good Guy Experience.
What's up, everybody? It is the Good Guy Experience, where the experience is always good, guys. I am your host, KJ, and to my right, we got the one, the only Black Pearl, everybody. And beneath her, we got the one, the only S. Jones in the house tonight, everybody. And in the absence of my boy, Jay Weeks, we got the homie, everybody. You know him from the Good Guy Experience social group. You know him. Kane is in the house, everybody. How you feeling tonight, Kane? How you feeling?
Wonderful. Thank y'all for having me.
Hey, man, thank you for joining. Hey, listen, before we get started tonight, we want to do a quick a disclaimer. We want to address some things that happened in the social group. Erica, would you please take that away for me?
So as you guys know, here at the Good Guy Experience, our first and foremost thought is how we can uplift the community, uplift our people, and more importantly, just have a good time and have freedom of speech. But in the process of freedom of speech, we will never and will try to always uphold respect. It is not optional here with the Good Guy Experience. So we want you to have your freedom of speech. We want you to speak your mind, but we want you to remember that respect should be and will always need to be first and foremost here with the Good Guy Experience.
Yes, guys. We want to make sure it's a good guy experience, not a bad guy experience. We want to make sure
we got enough of that.
we want to make sure that you guys are coming in being respectful, and any comments or any statements that are made does not necessarily reflect the views of the Good Guy Experience, guys. So as long as we know that you come in, you're respectful, we're going to have a good time. All right. So with that being said, tonight we got a special guest in the building. I met this special guest at Elizabeth City, even though I went to North Carolina State University. I met her at Elizabeth City University. She is a successful woman out here. She's wonderful. She's the nicest person in the world. She would just, what can you say about her? Wonderful, headstrong, out here doing big things. Miss Tiffany Little is in the house. Everybody, give her a round of applause. So, Tiffany, how are you feeling tonight?
I am feeling good. How are you?
I'm feeling good. You ready to rock this show? You ready to have a good show?
Yeah, I'm ready to.
You look like you're ready to come with the business. Go ahead.
Yes.
All right. So we have two new panelists up here tonight. So what we usually start with going through our top memes in the Good Guy Experience social group. So starting with number one, we had the meme that said, "Stop dating people who only want to see you at night. You is not a roach." So you is not a roach. I mean, ladies, stop doing it. Well, not just ladies, guys, just stop doing it. Stop seeing people only at night. You is not a roach.
Yeah, I agree. I
agree, and I used that in my DMs the other day.
Hold on.
Some folks is roaches.
Some folks
I'm not even
some
a
folks
water
are
bug,
roaches, and then some folks got too many roaches in their house.
So hold on, elaborate on. So you both of you said some people are roaches. What you mean they are roaches? What I mean, are they only come out at night? Freaks come out at night or something? What I mean, what?
Just think about what a roach is. It just never dies. It eats up everything that it wants to do. It infects everything around it.
It multiplies.
Ooh, you can't get rid of them.
Yeah.
And you can't get rid of them. I don't care what you spray on it. You can spray it, stomp it, and the thing will still run away. Drown it in water, it'll flip right over and live again.
So, ladies, is that what the DMs is looking like? It's looking like a bunch of roaches up in there that just will not go.
It's really infested, and then like people just like. I just don't know.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
It's horrible.
Oh, you don't want to say it. That's what that is.
It's horrible. It's like I just
it's
don't
horrible.
Understand. And it's
no,
just
you just don't want to say it. Okay, yeah. Some of them get in there looking like roaches, and you can't even get them away.
Like, why?
You don't want to say it.
We coming with all the smoke tonight. He said y'all looking like roaches in them. Get out them girls' DMs. Get out them DMs right now. Looking like
they ain't got enough nerve. See, I got all girls. For some reason, I was cursed having all girls. And see, my oldest now, you know, she'll turn driving age this month.
So
yeah, so I bought a shotgun every year they were born.
Peace, my brother.
I already know.
He said, "Peace, my brother."
Peace, my brother.
And she got a little figure on her. She about to get a whole bunch of dick pics.
You don't even need to have a figure down for them to come out.
Mom, what you doing tonight, Mom?
Hold on, let me stop you right there, man, because ladies, please tell me that in 2021 we are still not receiving those type of messages in the DMs. I thought we got past.
Yes.
It's
we can have a podcast and I'll show you some of my DMs. Would you like?
Buddy, don't think that you safe neither, because brothers is sending brothers dick pics now.
Well, you just gave me a reason to delete my messenger, my Instagram, my messenger.
What Tiffany did.
When I tell you roaches, bro, roaches. They look, and you got some other ones that they just big roaches. You call them water bugs, but they just big roaches.
That's all they is. Yep.
Hold on.
So what do you mean by like I'm not a roach? Like don't call me just at night. Like because depending on the person, to be frank, some people just want that and they don't want anything else.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up too. Yeah, because
you want to be.
Hold on. One person at a time. Erica, is on you. Can you answer that question, please?
You said, what about if that's what you want? You just want that person to contact you at night? That's what you said?
Right. No. Like, because there are some people.
Then you won't have to put in my DMs. You'll already have my number. Would we not have graduated to that?
No, she's saying like, what if they just want to have sex with you, and that's what it is, and they just hit you up at night?
And that's just night hours. And that's
so if you entertain it, that means that you wrote too. That's all I'm saying. Y'all ain't trying to say it. I say it. True.
Right. No, I'm just saying.
You got plenty of little female roaches out here.
It's based on the person, right? Because some people don't have time. Some people don't want relationships. Some people think that, okay, I just need you for one thing. So if you're gonna be the roach, be the roach. But no,
you made that determination from a profile picture. Your standards are not too.
So wait,
profile pictures don't mean that's how people look nowadays.
Oh, this is based on a profile picture or just in general?
This is DMs. DMs usually is like social media DMs. You don't know me. You could be looking at a filtered face.
You're talking about the initial, like when you're got it. Okay.
Oh, so you're talking about not somebody you've met, but somebody that's scrolling, they see a face.
Yeah. So we talk. Yeah. So that. Yeah, I would.
Because a DM is a direct message through social media, not on your phone. That's a text message.
You're just stating like, don't just contact me at night. Because I was thinking about just in general, not like, I agree. Like direct message, no, don't come at me, or like don't be available.
My thing is this here.
Don't be available all throughout the day and unavailable at night.
Right. And some people they skipping the whole direct message. They direct calling now. They calling you on the.
Yeah, I had to block somebody about 30 minutes ago.
I just posted a whole story about it. I had like 3 or 4 people calling me on Instagram Messenger today, and I'm like, why are you if you don't have my number, why are you calling me?
Right.
Because he wants your number, girl.
Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hey, Kane, what did you say? Because what?
Because they meth heads. What did Rick James say? Rick James, and I quote, and actually I ain't supposed to be cussing, but I'm saying a direct quote. Rick James said cocaine is a hell of a drug.
And they gotta be on something.
That's exactly what he said.
What pissed me off was it was guys. It was niggas calling me. I'm like, it was 30 minutes ago. It was some dude. I'm talking about I ignored it. I'm like, all right, he
that person really don't know you then. They don't know you.
And then look, after I ignored it, called again. So I'm like, all right.
Oh yeah, that wasn't a mistake. See, Ash, you just shut down what I was about to say, because I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I work for the school system, so I'm in a rush. I put my phone in my back pocket or something.
It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. So it's a lead way to say if you answer or not. Oh, that was a mistake. But then that's to start initiating a conversation.
But this goes back to the roach. This goes back to the Roach Foundation, because if the roach don't get food in this area, it's going to go back to the same area at first and try to get some more food. Yes. And then if that don't work, the roach is going to go over there and try to get some food. Roach.
So listen. Moving off of the roaches, guys, we had another topic that seemed to hit a spot in the social group. Bam. Here we go.
Right.
Women proposing to men. Women proposing to men. Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to share my screen for a second, and I am going to play this here. Here we go. Here she go. Here it come. Get down on one. Up. We got the cameraman, and there she goes. She's down on one knee.
You can't see it, KJ.
You can't see
it. You gotta move the picture and then put the video up.
Uh-oh. Well, I do apologize for that, guys. Hold on one second. I done this 1,000 times, and then I get it. Now can we see it?
No, you gotta move the picture.
Take the picture off.
Take the picture off. What do you think? Don't worry about it. We gonna. Okay. Oh, take the picture off. Okay, I get you.
There you go.
All right. Can we see it now?
Oh my goodness.
Well, hold on a second.
Wait. Let me see. Wait, hold up.
Hold on. Go back, KJ. Start from the.
That's not a real friend. That friend would be like, "Baby, get up off your knee."
It started back. It's looping.
So this is where he should have stopped her. When that
he should have stopped it. He should have stopped it.
He should have stopped it. He should have been, "Baby, don't do that."
Don't do that.
Right there. He should have stopped it right there with her friend.
No. Before that.
Go back some more.
Before that.
Right here.
You should have stopped her right here.
No, keep going back.
Came out. If you could go back further than that, before the.
Oh no, it don't. Yeah, it don't go back no further.
She should have been stopped.
So
right there.
So what do we say? We're not accepting this right here. She's happy. He already know what's going on by now.
Because if a
here
man
comes the camera, man.
You, he's gonna propose to you. A woman's not supposed to be on her knee. She's a queen. She's a goddess. She's not supposed to be on her knee.
Tell somebody, Ash.
That's crazy. And as a man, he should feel less of a man for her doing that.
Well, look at the smile on her face. Does that not matter? Look at the smile. Oh my gosh.
She loves him.
No,
she loves him.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
I mean,
look, and I want you. All right, stop it right there. Stop it right there.
I'm gonna see if he put his hand out.
You see how he went like this?
No, go back.
You want to go back? Hold on.
Yeah, go that.
Look at her.
Go back, go forward, son. Let it go forward. Let it go forward.
Honey.
Let it go. All right, stop it right there. Now that chick is wavering back and forth because she got a bare knee on cement.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, I'm telling you, it's levels to this. Look, that chick had to go buy the ring. She had to go tell her girlfriend. The girlfriend was ready with the camera.
Then they had
she
to
wasn't
tell
even fumbling for it. She ran around there because she knew exactly what about. Boy, that ain't her friend.
But my thing is, in the midst of this whole process, nobody said, "Sweetheart, let me have a conversation with you."
No.
In the midst, all the people she went through to plan this, because this was planned. Look, all them people back there. This was planned. In this whole nobody said, "Sweetheart, you're not supposed to do that." Like this.
Well, listen. Before I go back to the screen, I just want to ask, who is this brother look like Isaac Hayes just hiding in the trees? Why is he back here just hiding, clapping in the background? I don't know. But continue.
Mama ain't telling me no.
I just feel like people are gonna have their opinions about like what society says, like the old value systems, whatever. But at the end of the day, regardless of what religion, regardless of anything, a man is supposed to lead. And if the man has not got down on one knee or told the woman that he wanted to make her his wife, then she should wait. Like, I get being dominant, I get being strong and going for what you want, but that's not it. Like, if my man is not telling me I want to marry you, I'm not gonna get down in one. That's like
exactly.
So the whole time you're gonna be ahead, like you're gonna be leading. You're gonna be. You're not supposed to be. It's just not.
Yeah. So how y'all
nobody's gonna ask that question.
He let Gabrielle?
What?
Hold on 1 second. Hold on, Kane. We got Ash. Ash has a question.
I said, how you feel about Dwayne Wade saying he lets Gabrielle lead? Because that would go into that, because that would mean it would be acceptable.
That's what I said. It's like it's different. Like, everybody's relationship is different. How everybody does things is different. Like, but I just feel like a man is still supposed to lead. You can give your wife the leverage to lead in certain areas, but there are certain areas where a man has to be a man and he has to be ahead. So I get giving her the proper, like, okay, she's good in one area, baby, you lead that. But you don't lead your household because you're not a man.
Well, I definitely agree with Tiffany. I definitely feel like no matter what your religion is, there's a natural purpose inside of a man that needs to be met. And when it's not met, I don't care if it's 2021, 1221, or 3021, something is just gonna be off. That's me. And what I said in the comments, I mean that, right?
I just
that might work for them. It might work for them. That's great. It's not for me to dictate their relationship, but I'm not getting down on my knees unless I'm praying.
A grown man putting his hand out, like what?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I can't do that. I can't see myself holding my ring.
You gonna hold your hand out and let her put the ring on? Okay.
My wrist don't even go that way.
Look, but that's what I'm saying. Like the subliminals. Ain't nobody asking that question. Them subliminals, right. And it's gonna be a tough one right here. What kind of man holds his hand like this?
Mm-hmm. And what's he gonna say? Hey, dog, look at my ring.
No, hey, babe, I want a strap on.
Yeah,
anyway.
I even show my ring masculine. I even show my ring masculine.
Okay, so somebody said it's a different generation. You're right. It is a different generation, but that's why you see so many women being so dominant because men are not men these days.
But like, then we come across angry. This dominant stuff, we come across.
Yeah, let a man be a man.
But I'm gonna tell you, I got to push back a little bit, just a little bit. And as a man in this generation, and having seen the men, a lot of what I get being a man came from what I learned from the previous generation. Mm-hmm. But right now, matter of fact, me and Buddy was talking about this earlier. Nobody realizes that 72% of our babies are born out of wedlock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Over 50% of them don't even know their father.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of them.
And see, and when you don't have any man to pass down male values and all of this, well, I can be the mama and the daddy. No, you can't be the mama and the daddy.
You can't.
I'm sorry. Look, my father was a very strong man, but he could not have replaced my mother.
Right. No.
Agreed.
And vice versa.
And
same here. Same here with my parents.
Yeah, it's the same thing of like the Mother's Day and women talking about Happy Father's Day. No, you're not the father. You the mama. You can't be daddy.
And that's the mother's job. The mother's job is
to better preach tonight.
More than just being a mother. But replacing the father, it will never happen. We can work 3 times as hard. You're not going to replace the role of a man. And that's why, religious or not, because I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. That's why it takes a man and a woman to have a kid. There is a role and a purpose for each entity that comes together to have a kid.
But can I ask a question? Ain't nobody gonna ask that uncomfortable question.
Go ahead.
What in him let him stand up? What is with her and let her kneel down on concrete?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. As a man, how do you stand
as a
there
man?
Maybe he was like shocked. Like, is she really?
No, but here's the other part of it. What made her not see that?
Because she in love and she want to show him that she loves him.
No, she is dumb.
Love will blind you.
What made her not see that?
I feel like
love will blind you.
A lot of women are pressed to
get married. That ain't love, baby.
I'm gonna be completely honest. She's probably pressed to get married. Like, obviously, he took too
That's
long
what I'm talking about right there. You said
longer, and so she went and got a ring and proposed to him. That's a problem because it's like if you're ready for something and he's not, y'all not on the same page.
Absolutely.
If a man want to marry, I came across a post that said men know within 6 months if they're gonna marry you or not. Not saying that they're gonna propose in 6 months, but they know.
No, not really.
6 months.
No, not really.
Y'all think it takes us that long? No.
It don't take. Within 2 weeks. You know
within about 2 weeks.
Most men know within 2 weeks what the situation is gonna be. But that's the thing. Like, I get what Ashley said. Like, you're right. People, like, speaking for myself, I did everything young. So I'm in my 30s. I was married early. I have children early. But a lot of my friends are not, and it's just like they are so pressed to be married. And I'm like, it's so much more to being a wife than
just a
wedding and a proposal. And that's the part that people don't understand. Like, marriage is work. And this generation, this popcorn generation that we live in, is not, people not willing to work. They want the glory of the results, but they don't want the process.
Drive-through gratification.
Yeah. It's like, it's not the same. Like, these people get married and be divorced and be with somebody else within 2 months. And I'm like, how do you say I do and then you don't?
And that's
because you're not paying attention to the promise you're making.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you where it comes from, though. Generally, everything about the marriage is glorified, but nothing about the work is taught.
Not at all.
Because the first thing that you get when you hit one of these older bitter women, and to be honest with you, April is the youngest girl I ever dated. All of them were older than me. So, like, I used to sit around and just listen to them, like my sisters and them. The first time that one of these bitter baddies get inside your relationship, oh, you need to leave him. He been gone all night. You need to leave him. He been doing such and such. You need to leave him. Not well, baby, you probably need to stop dressing like a hoe out in the street. You probably need to stop acting like a hoe out in the street, and then maybe and give him something to respect and demand some respect from him. Before you lay down with him.
I'm gonna take it before that though. I feel like as far as women wanting to be pressed to get married, that's a society issue because
it is.
They set this, and that's the thing. Like with me dealing with my sexuality my whole life, I had to come to the conclusion. I was like, when I actually finally made the decision to come out, I'm like, I had to realize. I just kind of at one point when I was dating men, it was just because I had put in my head because as a child,
that's what you were supposed to do.
TV shows, my mom and my dad had adopted me. Just seeing a man and a woman, so I had to realize, like, wait, that's not what I want.
Right.
That's what society wants. Like, that's not what I'm attracted to.
Right. But that's good that you said that because basically you saying some of these things are fed to us in childhood and we don't even know why.
It's not true.
My house was the complete opposite. My mom was like, get your education. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to belong to a man. So I grew up different.
But I was raised without my dad present, and I had a son, and I was like, I don't want that for my child, which is why I got married so early. But just because you have a baby with somebody doesn't mean you're meant to be with them. And then the stigma of growing up in a single parent home is like you want more for your child, not knowing that more is less, because if you're not giving them what love should look like, you're not doing them.
Absolutely, you're teaching them toxic traits.
Yeah, so I had to learn, like, okay, I need to get out of this marriage. I'm going to be a single mom because what I'm showing my children is not love, and they don't need to think
absolutely
that but it's also like that when thinking about relationships and like going back to what Kane said when it comes to bitter women and bitter relationships or bitter people, like a lot of people talk about what somebody did to them and carry that, but at some point you got to go from what they did to what you allowed and what you can allow.
Yes, agree.
I wish I had one of them church organs right now.
Yeah, that cycle is so bad, and there's so many people jumping from person to person, thinking that somebody gonna fill their void, and then think that I'm gonna find peace, I'm gonna be happy if I get this man, if he has this, this, and this. And then like I get so often, why are you single? You're beautiful. You should have a man. I'm like, I'm the happiest I've ever been.
Well, I had actually the opposite problem of you. You said you grew up in a single household.
Hold on, Kane. Hold on.
You said you grew up in a single parent household, right? And that's why you're like that. I grew up. My parents were together till my father died. Okay. And so when I got pregnant early also, I was like, I need to give them what I had. But the problem was I was only looking at the first layer. Right. I didn't look at when my parents weren't calling each other the B word and looking each other up and none of that. Right. I knew my parents were arguing because it'd be like Saturday morning and you hear the tone in their voice going, that's it. So nobody did that. And I had to stop and say, you're just trying to hold on to a picture, but you are miserable. And if the mama miserable, the whole house ain't no good. And so it was that moment after going through a lot more than I should have, that was like, you know what?
It's not worth it.
1 second, guys. Let me take a brief pause. Somebody is chatting in the private chat. I don't know if you want that to be private, but if you have questions or you want something the panel to address, please put it in the comment section. Don't go to the private chat. Now, if you want this to be private, I'll let it remain so. Please hit me back and let me know, but please hit us up in the comments so we can see your comments and respond appropriately. Continue, guys.
Okay.
So let me add, because y'all are female. Y'all are great.
I think so.
We are women.
What? I mean, but you're female. I'm male, and y'all are female.
All right, go ahead.
But I'm just saying. All right, look. But this is the thing. Counseling people. One of the things that generally, when I ask them this question, they generally are not able to tell me something worthwhile. What did you do for your relationship to fail?
Okay, I love that question because you know what I felt like I did was I loved my ex-husband based on my love language. And I did not love him based on what he desired. Now, what I didn't do much of anything else other than that, but at the same time, I knew like I loved him based on how I received love, but how he received love was different. Granted, it was a lot of layers to it, but I did acknowledge my part, and I think I love him. I love him too hard.
Yeah. Well, mine is I lost myself.
You're a unicorn.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Mine was I lost myself, and in losing myself, I started to have resentment because I was doing things to fill a picture that I believe was supposed to be right. And then losing myself, the most important ingredient in the relationship was gone. Me, I was gone, so that it didn't work. And so I am the type of person who holds on, but when I walk away, I promise you I'm not looking over my shoulder. Not one. You could be sitting on fire, and that's what it was. When I got to that point, I was like, I'm done. And if my ex-husband was here right now, he still goes, you know, you did everything that should have been done in the marriage. And I always go, no, I lost myself. No, I did not.
My ex-husband would say the same. Like my ex-husband told me, he was like, I know I'll never find someone that loves me the way you love me, but I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for something different. So it's one of those things where I did my part. I was a great wife, but being a wife encompasses a lot of things, and learning somebody and learning to love that person unconditionally and being able to compromise and that's so much work. And if you're not on the same page and if you're not equally yoked, like that's what people say, like, even if you're not religious or spiritual, like you have to be on the same page with somebody because life is not going to always be beautiful. Y'all have to be friends. You have to have that bond outside of foundation. Yeah, you have to be able to maneuver through because
it's the absolute truth, but people don't want to do that because it goes back to what you said, that instant gratification. It takes work, it takes patience. You know, it takes, we want to be together every day. And then one day you're like, you know what, I don't want to be bothered.
It takes compromise. You can't change everybody's ways. Like,
but you're not getting together to change each other. That's not happening organically. You're supposed to come together because you like that person and that person like you. So now you're still supposed to be that person, and we're changing in that progress. This is why friendship in a relationship is important, because there has to be days where you can talk about things like y'all are friends, not like, baby, I'm trying to keep. We're friends first. Look, I don't like this. I don't feel good about this. I feel like crap. But when you have a relationship.
Before you say that, before y'all say that, Ashley and Kane, y'all notice I have stopped hosting the show because I am just so interested in what y'all are saying. I'm watching like a fan right now. I am sitting back watching the show. I'm not even hosting anymore. I'm just watching. Continue. Go ahead. Ash was had a question too.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't have a question. I was just saying that's why it's very, very, very important to be friends with somebody first.
It's so important.
And I deal with that now because I do date women, and women are like the ones that are ready, that wasn't just like out of a relationship 2 months ago. They're so like ready to get into something, and I'm like, you don't even know what you're getting yourself into. I mean, I know some people say date, but I always use the friend word because I feel like a friendship is more valuable than dating.
It's so important.
And with me being because I probably will marry a woman more than likely. You do have to be on
just in case y'all didn't know.
Yeah, right. Just in case y'all didn't know. Right. You have to be on the same page because I'm not a man, so I'm not moving refrigerators. I don't have that aura of a man. I know I'm a woman, and I'm not in denial about it. So it's like I do know the person I have to be with. We have to be on the same page. That's why I don't rush it. I had to learn. I was always like this, but
I don't think people realize that. Do you know how good it is to just be you and your person, and you're just laughing, just having fun. But an inside joke, you know, the inside joke, you just look at each other from across the room, like, and you're like, that is not
roasting somebody.
You have to be secure, and it's a lot of insecurity.
Right.
It's a lot of insecurity. Like I dated one guy and I was like, yo, somebody tried to talk to me. He was like, so what did you do when he tried? I'm like, I'm telling you that somebody tried to talk to me.
I'm gonna come and tell on myself.
Nothing.
Yeah, if I'm gonna tell you my business.
If I'm telling you I'm telling you because I want you to know, like, and that's one of the honest, if I could be, like, that's one of the biggest things that I deal with. Like guys that are insecure, that want to date me but don't know how to handle me. You want me, but you don't know how to handle me. Because anybody can try to talk to me. I can get 1,000 likes on social media, but what does that do if I'm with you? It does nothing because I don't care.
But they worry so much about who wants you versus the fact that you want
and that's true, ladies. But let me ask you this: how much of that is a protective instinct from a man? Because how much of that is yeah, they try to talk to you, but also it's disrespecting me because you know I'm with this woman, but you're gonna try it still.
No, they don't know all the time. And the thing about it is, if I'm gonna protect my man. So you don't have to worry about what's going on because nothing is happening. But what happened? I don't need you to worry about what I'm doing because I'm not doing anything. I'm doing what is right. I can't stop people from trying to talk to me. I can't stop people from looking at me, but I can let them know when I'm in a relationship, I'm not available. Now, if they carry on after that, okay, I want you to be able to do, but I want to handle it because I can.
But we also forget that cheating is a choice.
Yeah.
So are you saying that every time I go out, that's what I'm gonna choose? I'm gonna choose to sleep around. That
if you think that, what you doing? Well, if you think that, what are you doing?
I gotta push back a little bit.
Please do.
Because
absolutely.
Right.
If y'all look like roaches, then I would be like, okay, well, you know, whatever. I don't care who holler at you. But I just had this conversation with April. Now, I got a philosophy. Some people don't agree with it, especially the younger generation. I believe that your significant other, especially if they're your spouse, they should be your best friend. Mm-hmm. I do not believe in this, well, my best friend is her, but I'm married to him, so he's just over. No, that's garbage. Y'all ain't no real marriage. All right, so, yeah, because if you can tell her more business than you can tell me, then we got a problem.
Right.
I agree about that. Yeah, I agree about the best friend.
Like, how would you like to find out something from about your husband last?
Yeah, but if y'all talk about everything, you already know.
Yeah.
Because one of my really good friends, her and her husband, like literally talk about everything, and it's like their marriage is so beautiful. And like somebody will come, like, oh, so and so try to buy me this, and so try to do this, and he's like, yo, that's crazy. But he knows because his wife, like, they're very open. But it came from them being best friends before they got married, and you can tell
people don't take the time to build that friendship anymore.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have that friendship as a spouse, but it's levels to it, and it takes time to get there. Yeah. So, yeah, at the beginning of the relationship, yeah, I might be a little insecure as a man because you don't look like a roach. Now, like, if you look like a roach, then I might not have a problem.
You still shouldn't be insecure, though.
It's a little bit of jealousy. It's a little bit of jealousy.
Well, what are you jealous for if your woman not making you jealous?
No, we're not jealous. It's a difference between jealousy and insecurity.
Okay, so what is the difference?
Well, the difference is insecure means I'm not sure of the outcome. Jealous means that I'm going to make my outcome.
But you being not sure has nothing to do with her and everything to do with you.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a difference between if I question you, well, how did you respond? Then I know you responded like this because you see what I'm saying? It's a difference between them two phrases when you ask the question.
Hey, Facebook.
Now, you don't see it as a female, but as a male, most men are
because like, I see it as if you're confident and you're secure, you're not worried about nothing.
Oh, I mean, look. Hold on. Let me back that up. Me personally, I just said, matter of fact, I think I told one girl that I was dating. I said, baby, you can't do nothing for me that Vaseline can't.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't worry about her specifically, but I did want to know if my time was her, was her priority as much as her time was mine.
But you were building, like you were building in that relationship. You were not together yet. So that's just that people need to have, and I learned that the hard way. You need to have those conversations ahead of time and not make assumptions as to what you are doing. Because I'm very direct. If I don't want to date, I'm not going to date. I'm gonna let you know I'm not dating. But if I want a relationship, I'm gonna let you know I want to be in a relationship. So if you don't want that, we're not wasting each other's time.
Yeah, but you're making a good point, Tiffany, which is a big issue in relationships. Yeah. Communication. People don't communicate effectively.
Well, how do y'all feel about this?
To talk about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say it's very hard to find a male that's like, I want to hear about everything. They say they want to hear about it, but they really don't.
Yeah. Well, hold on. What do y'all think about this statement? When me and my current girlfriend first met, she wanted to keep her options open, and I respected that. Now they're communicating, but he talking about options. With me, you only got 2 options. So that's with me
and everybody else.
But it shouldn't be that way, because if okay, so you said when him and his girl, it just depends on the person. Because nobody should just put all their eggs in one basket when you're dating, because of the simple fact that you don't know what someone's motive is. Give that person time. Let them show you who they are. Let them make themselves like, if you can say a lot, but if you're not doing it, you gonna
can we give 100% of ourselves to this one egg and give 100% of ourselves to that other egg?
You don't give 100% of yourself to nobody until you know.
So hold on a second. So what I've heard from dating females now is they get really mad when they discover the dude that they've been dating is sleeping with another female.
That's because they're not having those conversations.
When exclusivity is paramount, how do you handle the breakdown between options being open and exclusivity?
You will have that conversation.
You don't leave a window open for it.
So women would be comfortable with a man saying, "Hey, look, I got other eggs over here that I'm tending to. You ain't the only one I'm getting that I'm
Okay, but that's a matter of your choice. Like, if somebody is saying that they have other people that they're tending to, you don't have to date them. If that's not what you're looking for, move on.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
I think that we forget the ultimate point in a healthy relationship is not to just have somebody.
Right. And so many people want somebody.
You're supposed to come home. Whatever y'all are together, that's the person just adding to you. I believe in coming home.
Please come. Yes, I'm like, everybody wants somebody to make them happy.
Yeah, and you have to make yourself
happy. Somebody can be in addition to what already makes you happy. Somebody can be a resource and not the source. And so many people want a source.
People will drain you. People will drain you.
The hell out of you. Yes.
The hell out of you. You can't sleep. Your brain feel occupied. But here's the other thing. Sometimes you can have a wonderful relationship, right? And just enjoy each other's silence. See, that's security too. We don't always have to be out and doing things. And I think people forget that. I really do. So
what's on your mind, King? Is like silence?
What Ashley say? Ashley
oh no, I was just saying, like, people will drain the hell out of you. People will drain the hell. I just literally went through that, and the craziest part is people don't realize not only is it draining you, it takes a toll on your body.
It does.
I've been out of that relationship for 6 months now, and now that I'm finally at peace with everything, I've lost 15 pounds in a matter of 3 weeks, and I don't work out. Like I play basketball, like I don't consistently work out, and I eat. I watch myself, but I'm not on no diet. So I'm just like, it wears on your body, and people don't understand how unhealthy relationships are. Like
your peace is everything. And I tell like people, and I've dealt with this, like dating guys that like, oh, you make more money than me and you're pretty and da-da-da-da. Or like, I'm like, if I'm having a good day and you having a bad day and I'm not the person that's gonna make you come out of your bad day, you shouldn't be mad at me, because that's not my place. Like, you need to find additional things to make you happy. Like for me, like, and I was that person too. I did like cling to people when I was going through, but that's putting that burden on somebody is selfish.
Very.
That is not somebody else's place to make you feel how you want to feel in the moment. If they desire to do it, okay. If they love you, they will do it. But if they don't take it out on them, because it's not their problem, it's yours. And if you're not married, don't make my problem your problem or your problem mine.
Right. Well, here's another thing that I see, or should I say, this one is usually a woman thing.
The heads turn on that one. Like, hold on, what?
Right, what?
No, this is usually more women than male. Is not males don't speak up and women don't speak up clearly.
Not me.
That's a lie, because women are very detailed.
From your experience.
No, Kane. We got 3 women up here that are speaking very clearly right now.
First of all, I find it funny how
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's all females. It's just most females.
That's what I said, from your experience.
Both personal and counseling. And like you pull some of these couples together, and she's got like a list of stuff that she hasn't told them because she's filled all of her speaking space with this other stuff.
Yeah, but then you have a man who doesn't want to speak and is afraid to be vulnerable and doesn't want to open up so that that female can understand where he's coming from, can understand how to love on him if she wants to love on him. We can't read minds.
Yeah, exactly.
No, and that's not going to be insecure or jealous.
I'm not doing that. I'm saying generally,
but you can't do it with everyone either. You have to be selective on who you do it with too. Y'all, sometimes people choose to do it with the wrong person. That's it. They ruin for everybody. Like
that just goes back to communication.
But it goes back to what you said about being.
Hold on, Kane. Tiffany, please finish.
No, I'm just saying that just goes back to communication because at the end of the day, this is the behavior analyst in me speaking. So it's a learning history. Everybody has a learning history, and what triggers you might not trigger me, and what triggers me might not trigger you. So if I feel a certain type of way about something that you said and you're oblivious to it, that's why I always communicate, because you don't know where I come from and the things that I've been through. But if you know and you learn and you're receptive, that's when things start to flow. People can say things. Yeah, you can say things to somebody where it meant nothing to you, but that person has been through X, Y, and Z, and that triggered them. If you're not communicating those thoughts, then that's your problem. Because if you're not open to talking to your partner about something, you don't need to be with anybody.
Right.
But wouldn't that take us back to you should be friends first?
You should be friends
first. Like y'all should be best friends, period.
You should be like bling bling. I had a bad day. I'm coming over and like I got you.
Yes. Like I
want matter of fact, perfect example. This dude, probably from 15 years in April's past. He approaches me, I used to talk to, she's such and such. I was like, dude, we probably talked about that.
That's exactly how it should be.
I mean, what was you? Did you think you was telling me something or something?
Yeah, you thought you was about to cause some strife.
But I'm gonna tell you, me personally, I'm an extrovert. You already know what that is.
We couldn't tell. I'm sorry, we couldn't tell.
No, I'm not talking. I'm not saying it like that. But she is a behavioral specialist. That's so she understands the large scale of what that is.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I'm very extroverted. So, and I'm very blunt. I don't really care how somebody's going to receive my information. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. But
it's not what you say; it's how you say it. So you should.
It's how you say it.
I'm gonna go to a point.
I learned that as a team. It's really kind of like how you say it. So I done told girls, no, baby, I done seen girls with a fatter butt than you. I mean, you're gonna have to step your game up. I done said that to chicks, and they was fine with it.
But here's another problem that I feel like a lot of relationships have, because I see it with my friends, I see it with random people I talk to. Assumptions. A lot of relationships sink because of assumptions. Because it's like, yeah, you may know me or this and the third, but you're assuming. You still need to ask. That's when communication is very effective, because I feel like assumptions start arguing. This ain't just with relationships. This with friendships. This could be
everything.
Assuming will mess you up, and I've experienced this. It's like you just assume I was gonna feel some type of way, so you ain't say nothing. Stop assuming.
Yeah,
facts. This comment right here is full facts.
That's male, female. It ain't no particular sex that does this. This is a problem with everybody.
It is.
Can you read that statement, Eric?
Ms. Gray said some women fall in love with vitamin D and confuse their lust with I'm in love or this is the one. Single vision causes damage. So does good vitamin D. It
happens to the best of us.
I'm gonna tell you,
y'all vitamin dematized. Okay, all right.
Look, I'm sorry. Look, I'm with you to a point, right? But hold on, let me get my visual aid right.
You can't prepare.
That baby comes through something like that.
It could look like that just by how many people you let get up in there.
And look exactly like she done had like 30 of them in there, and you right there. Look,
Hey, Kane, you my man at 50 grand, but I'm kind of with Tiffany on this one. We kind of.
I'm just saying though.
He's just trying to say when there's too many miles on
no, he ain't even saying all that.
Oh, okay.
Like I didn't have some older woman with some battle scars, and it was all right, you know.
We need you to have effective communication.
Effective communication here. Mine is the visual. Let's use your words.
It's some other stuff that goes on when they say, like, because that word stigmatized, I done heard that thrown around so much, but it's some other stuff that
it's a true condition
in the middle of it before she got stigmatized. When you start telling these chicks, well, I love you. Oh, you love me? Yeah, baby. Or I start doing extra stuff with your kid. Or when I start buying stuff or I start memorizing stuff that you like and going and getting that because I know I'm gonna get some booty. That's what I'm saying. Like, stigmatized ain't just about that penis. It's about the other stuff that you've done to get the booty.
No, when I've been stigmatized,
that's what a lot of females fall for.
Hold on, Tiffany. What you say?
I said no. When I've been stigmatized, it was the ding-a-ling. It won't nothing more.
Oh, Lord.
They're talking strictly. They're talking
strictly that.
Nothing
more left.
And I learned my lesson quick. Thanks.
Me too. Bye. Lesson.
So on that note, man, because look, so ladies, you're successful. You've gotten over everything. You say you're at the best parts of your life and everything right now. So if a man does come and approach you, to successful women, what is a good man? What is the man that's going to have you like, okay, I'm interested in this brother. This brother seems to be somebody I want to get to know. Is there a certain type of brother that you're like, he's not even he shouldn't even come and talk to me? Does he have to look a certain way? Does he have to make a certain amount of money? Does he have to drive a certain car?
You can't be broke, duh. But I don't want no man approaching me. But I'm just saying,
you don't want no man. Period. Ash, stop it.
Well, what a woman?
Oh Lord, the nigga.
That's the thing. And this is because, and this might be my trauma because I still might be with my trauma from my last relationship. But I low key want a woman that make more than me. Because of what I just came from.
But what if they're not at that part of their life? What if they're not at that part of their life? What if they're literally trying to get it together? They're not there yet. They're not really making a lot, but they're trying and they're
That's
approaching.
fine. That's fine. I mean, she about to be a nurse or something. That's cool. Now y'all know how much nurses make.
I mean, yeah, but
you gotta see some growth and potential though.
I don't. Yeah, when it comes to success, like success looks different for everybody.
Yeah.
So you can't really say like what a successful woman may want, because you have some women who would be fine with, because they're so successful and they're so business oriented and they're so about their career, they don't mind their husband staying at home and taking care of the kids and, you know, being a house husband, whatever. And you have some women that are like, okay, well, I'm ambitious, I'm busting my tail, I'm doing what I need to do, so I need my man to be just as ambitious because we are a team. And you like, I feel like, you know, like when you like we not at the age where you like, oh yeah, he growing, he developing potential. Yeah, he has potential, baby boy. If you have not tapped into your potential, keep it moving, because I don't have time for you. Okay, bye. So it's like one of those things where it's not based on like how much a man makes. It's not, because money is not everything, and a man can be a man and be able to give you everything you need, but not make as much money as you. So that's not the issue. The issue is a man. Like, okay, we're talking about a man. Let's talk about a man. Let's not talk about a little boy in a man's body who wants the benefit of having a successful woman just to show off, but not doing anything to build her up. Because a successful
maintain the relationship.
Yeah, a successful woman is strong, but the thing about strong women is we don't always want to be strong. We want to be able to take off our cape and be a woman and not have to have the world depend on us. Like, it's one of those things where it depends on the man. If a man come at me with what I need as a woman, I'll entertain him. But the minute that you show me that you're not it, you're not it. I don't have time for anything else.
So what you're saying is pretty much like, let's say, okay, you're in a certain tax bracket and this brother is not in that tax bracket, but he's trying his, so it doesn't matter at all if he's trying his best, but he's here, you're here.
I don't want you at McDonald's or nothing like that. I mean, no disrespect.
She said McDonald's
or anything like that.
No, you have to have some ambition to do better, to be better.
He's about to get moved up to the fries though.
Exactly. Soon he'll be on fries
by himself, and I will from a distance from a distance. But it's one of those things where, for me, genuinely speaking for myself, I bust my butt to get to where I am. And if you're not just as ambitious as me, like, it don't matter what you're doing. If you're doing it and you making stuff happen and you're doing it because you want to be successful, then do it. But everybody has, like I said, everybody has their own idea of what success is. Some people think having a family is success. Some people think sustaining a marriage is success. Some people think just buying a house is success. Some people think it's just so many different definitions of success, but
you got to find what's right for you.
Yeah, you have to find what's right for you. So I can't speak for all women, but I do know I want somebody that is just as ambitious as I am.
So the grind is the important piece. The grind, the grind. You want somebody.
I don't think it's one piece. I think what she's saying is there's multiple pieces. You just got to find the pieces that work for you.
Yeah.
So let me get this right. From what I'm gathering, it's a certain level mixed with potential.
No, we don't know.
We didn't say no about no potential.
Ain't nobody talking about no potential.
No, I'm saying like if he's grinding and he has potential.
So I'm not dating potential.
Yeah. So let's do this, right?
But potential can turn into things.
And when you turn into that, I'm not dating potential.
No.
Yeah, but we all agreed that one of the best parts of a relationship is friendship, right? So y'all just gonna be friends with anybody? Or do you find a friend that your vibe, it works, you guys are evenly yoked, you guys have commonalities and inspire one has to it's the same thing.
Potential is out the door. I agree with Sharon because
one of the greatest actors of all time, Samuel L. Jackson, didn't get his big break until he was late 40s. I mean,
that has nothing to do with me.
It's different.
That's
how is it different?
But okay,
because we're not 18 and 21 anymore.
You're asking a question. You're saying what we want, and the thing is, like, I have potential. You know, I tapped into it. Potential is nothing if you don't tap into it. You can have potential. I married a man off of potential,
girl.
Okay,
no,
so
I'm saying like, but you got stuck at potential. What I said was a certain level with potential.
No, potential, no.
So you mean to tell me that if a dude is making, we'll say 50, maybe 60K, and he has potential to do greater, you automatically turn him down?
That's a significant amount of money in North Carolina.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's not about money though.
No, I'm lost too, Victor.
Like I think it's like if you need. If my thing is, I'm big on like, I'm not dating nobody until I get myself together. And I feel like more people need to focus on themselves, get yourself in order and get your life in order before you bring somebody in, because at the end of the day, it's not fair to somebody else. Like, yeah, you might have potential, but tap into your potential yourself. Like, I get it.
But let's think about that movie. What's the movie with the crazy woman? The man had all the potential in the world. She left it.
Acrimony.
He had all the potential in the world. That movie. Because he ended up being successful in the end. He had all the potential in the world. She leaves him, and now that potential comes and hits the jackpot. And that was like,
well, I think this is my favorite comment of the night. This is my favorite comment of the night. Potential without works is dead. Hallelujah. Pass the plate.
But as far as that movie goes, I hate that movie because
I do too. I hate it.
That was her and her insecurities. That was her and her problems that she dealt with within herself from her past and all of that. Like I really hate it.
She didn't believe in him. She didn't believe in him at all.
Right, and because she didn't believe in him, my thing is, it's not about money, but I will say I'm not dating somebody that is broke. It's just not happening. I'm not dating somebody that makes minimum wage. It's not now. Because I'm saying it this way because I know my lifestyle and what has to be paid for. I can't do that. Like financially, I'm not taking the toll of somebody else. I can only afford me right now.
Yeah.
So I don't need somebody else's financial burden on me. Together and we get serious and we move in together. You're gonna have to, I'm not saying meet me here. I don't mind paying bills, but I'm not gonna consistently do that 24/7. Like
it's not, I agree. It's for me, and that's why I said for me. Like, I don't do potential because, like, the things that I do, I'm doing by myself. Like, my biggest thing is I'm focusing on myself. I'm focusing on my career. I'm focusing on getting this PhD. And I'm doing it by myself. And it's just, like, I feel like I don't want, this is just personal, and I feel like I don't want to be a burden to somebody. Not to say that I am, but it's a lot that comes with success. It's a lot that comes with accomplishing your goals and reaching your goals and things like that. But It's just like, if you're not like where you want to be in life, like focus on you. Like,
and somebody will come along the way. I truly.
And somebody, it'll come. Timing is everything. Like, so it's like focus on you and don't worry about all that other stuff. You get so consumed with a person.
But what I was gonna say in that movie was, what was left out was, he still was making good money. He might not have been making what she was making, but he was still making that 50, 60K Kane was talking about. He won't.
That's what I'm talking about.
He just won't making.
Like,
he didn't have $300,000
like me
in the bank.
Like for me, I agree with a little bit with what you said about potential. If you don't tap into it, it's not worth much. Me personally, if you don't have a set record of growth, me personally, I don't even think it's potential. Because potential, it has the ability to rise or fall. If it's stagnant, it's not even potential. But if you're making, like, let's say, like I said, 40, 50, 60K, and you're still working to do better, for me, that's better than you being happy at 30 grand. Even though that's okay, even though it's above poverty standard.
Is success defined by the amount of money you make?
No, to me, success is defined by your individualistic goals. But what are your goals? And that comes in with the communication piece. But how do you get to the part of communication when you've already looked on the inside of the situation from the outside and said, well, he's not doing enough?
Well, I mean,
I know. I don't mean to make it sound like that, but what I'm saying is, a lot of times, and my sisters were good for this. They're married now, but they were good for. Well, you ain't growing fast enough for me, bro. I can't deal with you. And then one of them actually ended up marrying somebody that made less, but he had good potential, and I was so happy for him. But he was working already, and he did better. He gave her everything else that she needed, and they communicated. But how do you get there if you don't even give them the time because you don't think that they're moving fast enough?
So let me ask you guys this. What about a guy that doesn't have time because he's working on himself? So he's working.
Don't date.
Oh, y'all could ask April about that one.
Don't date. If you're working on yourself, you don't need to get nobody else involved with you right now. Anyway.
Oh no, I mean, because he could be a CEO. He could have his business could demand that much time, and
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how busy you are. You make time for what you want to make time for.
That's true.
I'm a single mom getting a PhD, running a practice, and if I care about you, I don't care how much I do. I'm gonna make time.
I'm gonna find time to spend with you.
And if you don't make time, you don't need to date. Like, if you don't have time, don't date nobody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's why I'm not dating nobody. Go ahead, Kane.
Just one thing. When me and April were dating, and I remember it, one of the things that drew me closest to April was her patience. April's patience was through the roof, because for y'all, those of y'all that don't know, I'm a musician. Mm-hmm. I do a little preaching. I do a lot of counseling, and I also drive trucks. So with that schedule, that was a little bit taxing on her. Mm-hmm. But we talked on the phone, and to be honest with you, even while we've been married, some weeks she only saw me like maybe 1 or 2 days. Mm-hmm. So her patience has been through the roof. And I told her before we got married, I said, look, baby, you already know what my schedule look like. But part of that thing is patience. And what I've noticed from this generation, there's not a lot of patience on either side going around, but everybody wants to date.
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest problems.
And that's why
April wasn't finished school yet. And I told her, well, baby, I'm making enough money where you can go ahead and do your thing. But she's very industrious and she's very, very smart. Wait, buddy, you know already. She's very, very smart. And the biggest part of it is look.
Shout out Jay Weeks.
But I really want you to understand that Casey, especially within dating and when you start to, and you already know that this is one of the things that you learn from school, where you already taking 400 level psychology courses. One of the worst things that you can do is actually diagnose somebody that you're interested in or a family member of. That's one of the worst things that you can do. And what we tend to do, not that we're all psychology professionals, but what we tend to do by ourselves is go ahead on and diagnose some situations that we think we know already.
So that goes along with assumptions. It goes along with assumptions and effective communication. You're not assuming or making clinical diagnosis. I mean, it's human nature. It's human nature to analyze any situation, and
that's what I'm saying, though. But we analyze information based on the information that we already have. That's correct.
We analyze based on what we observe, not what we have.
Yeah.
But we analyze information based on what we already know.
No, we analyze on what we observe.
What we see is what.
Because if you're analyzing on what you know, that's an assumption. If you analyze on what you see, that's your
observation.
Observation, yeah.
But if you see it,
I love all this high level
then
degree
it goes into your mind, where you know it. If I knew that the sky is blue, it's because I saw the sky was blue, but I didn't know the sky was blue.
I love how smart we are, but we are at the 1 hour mark.
Yeah.
Right.
But
it's so juicy and so passionate, but we are at the 1 hour mark.
And I love intelligent conversation.
Let's try to wrap up our thoughts.
I'm sorry.
And throw it out there to the Good Guy Experience audience.
I'm sorry.
And in the audience, guys, if you enjoyed tonight's show, put a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up or something. Give a thumbs up to the guest tonight. Give a thumbs up to Miss Tiffany Little. Give a thumbs up to my man Kane, guys. Thank you for coming tonight. And listen, I really enjoyed this show. A lot of the show I was very quiet because
Can we do it again?
I would love to do it again. I was listening just like I was an audience member. So
I like y'all too.
So listen, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tiffany. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much, Kane. We definitely appreciate you guys. You guys came out, you rocked, you killed it, guys.
You better let them give their last word, KJ. Let them give their last word.
Final thoughts. So we're gonna start with let's start with Tiffany. Final thoughts for tonight.
This is good. I mean, I don't have any final thoughts. If we would have kept going, I would have had a lot to say. But I think this is really good to get an opinion. But I just feel like, you can't really generalize a successful woman and what she wants because all of us are different. So it's just really based on perspective, learning history, and what you desire in the season that you're currently in. And that's that.
Thank you. Kane, my man Kane, what are your final thoughts for the evening?
Believe it or not, I agree with a lot that the lady said. I actually learned a couple of things, but I will encourage all men, as a man and as a preacher and as a counselor first, respect these women. I don't care what level they are on. If you respect women, if you learn how to respect women, you do learn how to respect yourself a little bit more. And then you might actually garner some respect. So
right.
Respect women regardless of whether it's really, to me, not about what the woman expects of the man. It's actually what the man is willing to show for. And that's just me being a man. But I enjoyed the conversation. We got to do this again.
Yeah, it was fun.
God bless all of you.
Yes.
Boy, Ash, I thought that was some rock you were taking to the head. I'm like, Lord, somebody call somebody on. But Ash Jones, Ash Jones, final thoughts for the evening.
I just want to say, I agree with everything that they both just said, but just keep an open mind because as a human being, you don't know everything. So if you walk in, that's what I was getting ready to say before we ended. You don't know everything. If you walk into situations thinking you know this and you know that with anything, you're not going to ever learn anything new. And what you know may not be correct.
Yeah.
So always keep an open mind, and that's with everything, relationships, everything in life. Keep an open mind because you do not know everything. It's so much information out here that we don't know. We're misinformed. So just keep an open mind. That's all I'm gonna say.
Black Pearl is on you.
Yeah,
Bring us home.
I liked everything that you said, that you guys said, but I definitely agree. There's no magic recipe for the perfect relationship. Yeah. Each person's different, but I agree. Have an open mind and trust the process. Yeah. Divine timing is amazing, and you can build so much in that process that one day you just wake up and you're like, "This is the person. This is the person for me."
Amen.
Just stay away from the roaches.
And I just want to say that I love the way that we can come together and have intelligent conversation as a people. We can laugh, we can joke, but we can also come together and have serious conversation. So everybody, go out there, take what you've learned. And
it's the glasses for me.
Right. I've been trying to do my final thoughts. I look down, he done put the shades on. So everybody, take what you've learned tonight and go be peaceful with it. I don't know if that made any sense, but hey, that's what we're gonna rock with. So everybody, thank you for tuning into the Good Guy Experience.
The Good Guy Experience. Much success to you guys.
Thank you so much. And hey, thank you for tuning into the Good Guy Experience, where the experience is always good, guys. Have a good night.